Hey everyone, I'm about, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours into MindsEye. I had a pretty fun time with it, say the first 2-ish hours. I do have a video up about my initial thoughts, and they actually weren't so bad. While the game is not good, I didn't think it was abysmal at the outset. Having played it more, I'm sort of at a loss for words. I'm no game developer, but I honestly don't understand why the game is like this and why it runs as poorly as it does, considering that the world has almost nothing going on in it besides cars on the road and the limited area that you can see as the player. The technical shortcomings of this game have become very apparent to me, considering the fact that I'm playing Satisfactory sort of alongside this game with a friend of mine. In Satisfactory, we're able to comfortably build continent-sized factories. There are no hiccups, slowdowns, or stutter, no matter what, despite the complexity of our factories. And everything looks super sharp and super crisp at any distance, whether you're talking about LOD textures from far away, or you get, right up close to a steel plate. It's all good, it's all crisp, it looks great. But MindsEye looks serviceable at best. It doesn't really seem like it's doing anything too technically groundbreaking, and yet it's difficult for me to even drive down the road without my performance completely tanking. Now, I'm using a 4070 Ti, which is admittedly like a 2.5-year-old card at this point, but it shouldn't be this long in the tooth, should it? I mean, something like MindsEye isn't exactly pushing the boundaries here. What frustrates me the most is that I have a very high tolerance for bad games. If you look at other videos on my channel, you'll know that I like games like Star Wars Outlaws. I'm the type of person that tends to really forgive a poorly performing or even a poorly optimized game within reason, because Star Wars Outlaws at launch was fundamentally missing a lot of things, but because I enjoy Star Wars, and to be honest, I enjoy the Ubisoft formula quite a lot, that it hit me in just the right way. But MindsEye, there's really nothing here for me. Even though I am somewhat interested in its sci-fi story, I really don't think that I can give the game a pass at this point, given the state that it's in. I thought long and hard about what this game would be like without any technical glitches and hiccups, and I think that it would just be mediocre at best. Even barring the technical glitches and the performance issues, the story is not strong enough to keep people entertained. It's a pretty standard near-future dystopian tale about military intrigue. Jacob has a MindsEye implant, people from his old military unit seem to be everywhere, and he's trying to figure out why. But I'm not really invested in the story other than to just get to the next thing. And everything is so spread out, separated by long driving sequences where your characters just talk on the phone with one another. I think the game would be way better off as a shorter, linear experience where there's no driving at all outside of scripted car chases and vehicle sequences. I don't see a reason for there to be this massive open world map if there's nothing to do in it, and if you're not even allowed to go too far off the beaten path. I know there's a free roam mode once you finish the game. I haven't gotten there yet. I think the open world as a concept actually hurts the game's presentation. I think the game would be stronger if they chose to make a handful of very detailed sandboxes and rotated you between them. For example, you could have one sandbox be the Silva car factory that Jacob works at, and you could have another sandbox be Jacob and Seb's home, and you could have another sandbox for Silva's house, etc., etc. I just don't see the reason for these massive roads in between everything if they're not going to do much with it outside of a few scripted vehicle chases. Other than that, you're just driving through an empty world at a low frame rate. It's just deeply unpleasant. Also, the combat feels hollow and sloppy. A hollow facade is probably the term I would use to most describe this game. Things at times look shiny and they look interesting, but if you look a little closer, there's not much underneath and something just feels off. I was hopeful for MindsEye because IO Interactive published it, and if you're at all familiar with my channel, I love Hitman. It's one of the things that this channel is based around, so I was hopeful that IO would be publishing something strong, but I guess I was mistaken. And I was hopeful that a name like Leslie Benzies was behind this and there would be some sort of cohesive direction. But this just feels messy, undercooked, and disappointing. I wanted to like MindsEye. I was hoping to because I like near-future sci-fi dystopia. That's 100% my thing. But I just can't bring myself to find anything redeeming about this game at this point. What do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comments with your thoughts if you've made it this far. Consider liking, subbing, all that stuff. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.